Crazy.
Are you ready?
Yes, I guess so.
Follow me in.
I don't know what I'm getting into, but... Oh, wow. Living underground, out of sight, away from everything. For some, it's about privacy. And for others, it's about survival. What can this structure withstand? The home we're touring today takes that concept to a completely different level. This isn't just a bunker. It's a fully built residence sitting 26 feet underground. $6.5 million, you can live below Vegas and no one will ever know that you're here.
Look at
How
this
everything
tile.
is in such good shape.
It's such great shape.
I never thought I'd be in a sauna 26 feet below Las Vegas. Hey, if you ever wanted to live in the 70s, come out here, experience it yourself. Never seen it. Holly, how's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So above surface, we have a 2-story home, but down below we have a bunker.
It's like nothing you've ever experienced before.
I mean, tell me the story here.
You know, I lived down the street for many years and drove past this property for years without a clue what was in eyesight right below the ground. So the underground home was constructed and completed in 1978. At that point, there was just a 2-car garage with some boulders that protected the arrival experience and the discretionary and the privacy of the homeowner.
Okay.
10 years later, the above ground portion of it was first constructed with an addition over time. So that's where we arrived to today.
Amazing. What's the square footage?
Underground, we've got a 16,000 square foot lot, if you can imagine that. With
26 feet below grade.
below ground, below grade.
Crazy.
And within that is a 6,000 square foot home, and your additional above ground normal 4,000 square foot home.
And this home was constructed because the homeowner passed away and his wife decided to live above surface.
Above ground.
Hence built a 2-story home.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it, and in total we have 4-car garages outside.
Correct.
Plenty of parking.
We can park about 20 vehicles up here. You have 3 emergency escape exits.
But there's a formal entry through the main home.
Yes. Yeah.
Shall we go
Let's see
inside?
it.
I just cannot wrap my head around having 14,000 square feet below grade and how that all feels kind of normal.
It will when you get to see it.
Okay. What do we have here?
This first gated experience is we have a studio, or you would call like a 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh, it's
We
just
got
like a regular...
Studio room,
With a
full
small
kitchen,
kitchenette, yeah.
full bathroom.
Got it. Just an
So
everyday
some
home.
everyday home above ground, as discreet as possible.
And what's upstairs?
It is an additional 1-bedroom apartment, full kitchen,
Got
attached
it.
on top of the 2-car garage.
And this is where the journey begins.
This is where the journey begins. So you can arrive into your garage, go upstairs, the flight of stairs, or take the attached elevator
Okay.
to the apartment upstairs. You could venture off into the studio over here, or go below ground.
I think we're gonna go below ground.
We gotta go below ground.
Okay. I just love the Fallout Shelter logo. Okay, so there's an elevator and there's a regular staircase.
Stairs.
And it takes you 26 feet down.
That it does.
I'll follow your lead.
All right, watch your step.
Okay.
It's a one-way down shot.
All right. I love this.
Welcome to the underground mansion.
Oh my God. Wow.
And nothing you could have conceptualized.
I mean, obviously I've seen the photos before coming here, but
What's your
it's
first?
so much bigger. Oh my God, the span is crazy. What is this, 100 feet?
Easily.
And there's the indoor pool. Wow.
So it's
It
your,
hits you different.
it
Now I
does.
see the hype.
You see it. It's your big private estate. It's your property. It's your bungalow somewhere. It's your hideaway from the rest of the world.
With
But
a
it's
great
here
ceiling height.
With a great ceiling height in the middle of Las Vegas, in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
You have the strip 1.5 miles away, but you're hidden from all of that.
This is on the market for sale. What was the asking price again?
We are listed at $6.5 million.
$6.5 million. You can live below Vegas and no one will ever know that you're here. Crazy. So how do you show this place?
Well, you arrive home at your
Okay.
front door.
Oh yeah, right. With a flagstone walkway.
Flagstone, and this is all authentic material. This is all locally sourced in Southern Nevada. This is true if you think about all the building materials at the era which this home was built was used on this property to give it as organic experience as you would with an above ground house.
And it's been preserved, so everything is from the 70s.
Yes.
Crazy.
Are you ready?
Yes, I guess so.
Follow me in.
I don't know what I'm getting into, but oh wow, this is massive. Oh my God. Look how many zones and sections are here.
Have the most epic house party here, and you're not going to disrupt the neighbors.
You sure won't. No one will call the cops on you, let me tell you.
A modern day open floor plan living that
Especially thinking the 70s, it's quite modern and
it's
open.
very modern, and you've got cross-structural beams that were mimicked also in the above-ground house.
Got it.
You've got modern amenities that would be expected then as you would expect today. Gaming space, entertaining area. You've got your poker room. You've got a billiard space room. An awesome original built-in bar.
Oh my God, the bar is so charming.
Isn't that fantastic? All the original mirror in it. You've got a yellow valance that matches the formal dining room.
And I just love these little small windows just to kind of mimic outside living. Okay, this is very charming.
This is very charming.
This is very charming. And I just love that they maintained everything. It's like traveling to 70s authentically.
It really is, and you think about all of these building materials have never been exposed to natural light.
That's why
No
everything looks so
pollution.
good.
Correct.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense. You're right. It's so protected and
It's so
shielded.
protected and
Moisture
shielded.
is controlled, sunlight is
Absolutely.
controlled. I'm just thinking about being down here in the 80s, 70s, walking in and just trying to conceptualize what this is. That's quite wild. And they built it, completed in 78. I think they started at 74, right?
Correct.
And at that time, they spent $10 million building it. And in today's money, I believe the spec sheet that you provided said it's worth about $68 million.
To re-replicate with the building materials, the infrastructure support would be a $68 million new build.
Yeah, because beyond building below grade, you have water, electricity, air. You have so many things so many utilities you need to figure out and adapt to knowing that it's below grade. Like, I don't know if you know the answer, but how did they even get the sewer plumbing up to the surface level?
You've got to have sub pump up.
Got it. So you're pushing all that sewage up to the surface
As you
level.
would think about the scale of this as a big basement.
Yeah.
To a modern home, you'd have to do the same type of plumbing and infrastructure support.
And also getting the air circulation here.
Right.
You have to feed a lot of air. It's 15,000 square feet.
That is correct. This is one of my favorite places in experience, this kitchen. Think of Mary Henderson when she was designing the house is going to be the first lady of the property and choosing all the finishings that were popular within the era, and every lady at the time wanting a pink kitchen.
This is like a Barbie kitchen.
It is a Barbie kitchen, and it is still every lady's dream to have this cute atomic appointed kitchen.
I mean,
And just to point out, all of the appliances still yet work. You have an actual drawer warmer. You have
that's your warming drawer.
a built-in Newtone blender.
Yes, can we show this one? I actually see this one. Oh my God. So you put the attachments here
Correct.
and then you blend.
You blend your juices, you blend your, pull out. And think of the modern appliances of what this concept was.
Yeah, in the
the
70s to
time.
have a built-in
Built-in
toaster.
appliance. I mean, I don't like appliances on my countertop
I haven't seen
either,
a
so
built-in
this would be the
toaster
perfect.
in a while. And all original. This is fascinating.
Isn't that fantastic?
I mean, it's one thing that it's a below ground home, but in the 70s, this was also built there extravagantly.
Very extravagantly. The Atomic Tat homes that were built by the builder, there were only 4 to be known to be built. This was by far the most extravagant one of those 4, and the only one remaining, at least to knowledge.
Got it. And he lived here properly. He was residing here. How many years he lived here?
10?
10 years. Fascinating. I mean, and he passed away, and then his wife built the home above ground.
That is correct.
And how many years she lived?
Until her passing.
Which was?
5-6 years within that time.
Got it. Got it. I'm obsessed with this pink kitchen.
But
But
look
also,
at this garden window.
Look.
Look at this. It's every lady's dream to have this beautiful garden window looking outside. And to me, this is what gives it such an authentic experience living downtown. is having these murals surrounding the property, and these murals, each one represents a location in the world where they owned a home, and the muralist was sent out to study these topographies and these landscapes to properly build and paint out
And to replicate
it, so you have such an authentic experience and you're not looking at a stone wall or your neighbor's concrete fence. I'd rather see this than a block wall next door.
Never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And I know this may sound odd, but somehow this whole place seems so livable and approachable. Like, you don't feel like you're landlocked in a square box.
Not at all.
There's openness, there's freeness. I almost feel like there are too many places to hang out and do something with. And crazy. I'm just so impressed with how good of a shape it's in. And like a little time capsule. Hey, if you ever wanted to live in the 70s, come out here, experience it yourself. And what was his reasoning behind wanting to pursue a wild dream like this? Especially in the 70s.
You know, it was post-war. There was definitely real life threats of atomic bombing. I mean, Nevada's Las Vegas is only about an hour and a half from an active atomic test site that there's still employees there. So there was an actual real threat. There were bars downtown named Atomic
The idea wasn't
Liquors.
too wild out there.
No,
yeah.
it wasn't. It was really relevant in the time, and there is safety and there's security and there's privacy that the property offers that nothing else like it does.
Crazy. And what can this structure withstand? I'm assuming it won't be able to stand an actual atomic bomb, but what is the parameter of strength we're dealing with here?
This infrastructure around the base of it would be strong enough to support a casino being built above it.
Got it. Significant.
When you think of the palm trees we're going to walk by and you're going to experience, that's all rebar and concrete and steel as the infrastructure support, as just the pillars of it.
At this point, you may ask, how do you build an underground bunker like this? It starts with excavation. Hundreds of truckloads of soil are removed just to create the space. As you go deeper, the surrounding earth wants to collapse in, so you shore the perimeter with retaining systems that hold everything in place. And because of that, you actually have to dig wider than the final footprint to make room for the structure, waterproofing, and drainage. Once the excavation is complete, you start from the bottom. A thick foundation slab is poured, often anywhere from 2 to 6 feet, heavily reinforced with rebar. From there, the rebar for the columns and the walls are tied directly into the slab, forming one continuous structural system. Then the ceiling is formed, often with additional steel beams running across to support the load above and tie the entire structure together into a monolithic box. But seeing it from the outside is one thing. I wanted to see what's actually behind these walls.
This is old generator space, old electrical panels that have been decommissioned.
So we're kind of getting into the bones of the structure.
The bones and the infrastructure. I'd say just come and look at the stairwell up. Look at the support beams that you see crossing through, the steel staircases which we can walk up. So you can really get a feel step by step how below ground we are. And we'll peek out at one of the escapes above. So if there was an emergency, there obviously is proper exit plans.
I mean, to me, it's very clear. They built it like a commercial building. Correct. This is what you would see on a lower level parking lot where you have massive concrete walls supported with massive concrete beams and steel to further kind of distribute the weight. And this is why nothing has happened on the inside. There's no settlement. And Vegas has a pretty stable soil to begin with. So when you build it concrete and that soil eventually gets naturally compacted around that structure, you kind of landlock it. So it's stronger than when it was built initially because now the land further encapsulates what's around it. This thing is not going anywhere.
Nowhere.
It's here to stay.
Yeah.
Once the structure is in place, the focus shifts to protection. The exterior is wrapped in waterproofing systems that act as a barrier against moisture, but at the same time, they're designed to work with drainage layers that guide water down rather than trap it. Around the entire structure, you will find layers of compacted gravel and perforated pipes. These pipes collect groundwater from all sides and direct it toward a central collection point. That water doesn't just disappear. It typically flows into a sump basin, essentially a reservoir, where it's constantly monitored. And when the water level rises, sump pumps activate and push that water back up and away from the structure, often tying it into the city's storm or sewer system. It's like a continuous cycle and one of the most crucial systems in a project like this. After waterproofing and drainage are complete, the structure gets backfilled. Soil is placed back in layers, compacted carefully to restore stability around the bunker. Then come the system that make it livable. Pressurized hot and cold water lines are brought in to serve all fixtures. Electrical panels are installed. Large HVAC systems are required to circulate and condition fresh air throughout a space like this. And because everything sits far below the city sewer lines, waste doesn't flow out naturally either. It has to be pumped. So a dedicated sewage ejector system collects waste and pushes it upward to reconnect with the main sewer line. So when you're walking through a home like this, what you're experiencing isn't just a design, but an entire infrastructure working together.
So I want you to really experience the backyard. Imagine this is your lanai off the kitchen. You're gonna come out, you're gonna have a cocktail, look at the sunset, and look at these water views. And it's very different when you're living in the desert looking at a desert landscaping versus a body of water.
Yeah, sense of openness, sense of nature, the green. They almost wanted to stimulate these natural colors to your body.
And even the very thoughtful design of having the stonework replicate seats where you can sit and experience and look at your property inwards from the outside.
Oh, the little squirrel here.
The little touches of nature throughout gives it, again, that very organic experience of living underground.
Look, they knew they had a challenge in regards to making the space feel open and natural, and they've done their best. And I think this colorful approach is just so refreshing, and there's a sense of positivity and laid backness here.
Agreed.
And I just love how they have little seating areas. Not all the furniture match. It's quirky, but they've embraced it. They've owned it properly.
And that's, to me, being in real estate is working with the property, not against the property, and leaning into the personality of it, because everybody wants to experience that personality.
Like, what is the space generally used for? Events?
The property has traditionally for the last 10 years or so been used for events.
Okay.
I'll point out this corner here that's got the Christmas tree in it. Mary Henderson, she and her husband Jerry that had the property built, she loved Christmas.
Okay.
And this was her dedicated corner for a year-round Christmas. She, in her time, built lights and small Christmas trees for charity work, and so this lives today as a tribute to her and her passion for the holiday, and so it's kept in her honor. Things I just also want to point out, for example, the palm leaves are real from above ground, and they're brought in to layer in some more of that organic feeling and the texture and the sense.
They're sealed to preserve the look, but these got to be some of the steel columns.
That is correct. And these leaves are original. They're not remade the same way that synthetic plants are today. They still occasionally fall on the ground. You got to sweep up the leaves downstairs as you would upstairs. But again, the details that go into pieces like this give it such an organic experience, is exactly what you're experiencing.
Well, I guess the bonus is to a degree. You don't have to maintain your home.
That is right. There's no rain, there's no wind to blow your leaves off. So we're going to enter into the formal dining room here.
Okay.
And I want to point out the original wood parquet here on the floor.
Elegant.
It's not been exposed to pets or kids or debris from outside, and the silk paneling that was brought in from Italy decades ago still stands in the original condition in which it was made, and you think this has never been exposed to direct sunlight.
I'm assuming this is silk.
This is silk, so it's never faded, it's never frayed.
Back in the 70s, to silk wrap a wall,
It was.
big statement.
Big statement.
Wow, crazy. You think you've seen it all. This set a new benchmark.
The details in here.
I think it's the courage and the boldness that I really appreciate. Americans, especially, I feel like more days in the 70s, 60s, 50s, they were innovators, they were bold, they weren't scared, they wanted to try new ideas. And sure, you can look at the space from a face value of like interior square footage and all that, but what I'm fascinated by is the idea of in the 70s to say, we're gonna dig 26 feet below, create a massive concrete box and build a home.
On that note, I want to take you to my next favorite location
Okay.
in the property. Look at this foil wallpaper. There's not a peel mark on it. It's not detaching
I
from
don't think
this
I've ever
bathroom.
seen a wallpaper like this.
This is your 70s inspiration.
What a time capsule.
And people,
Extravagant. Look at those fixtures.
I know, they're authentic.
Okay, what else we got?
Next,
It keeps giving.
it just keeps going. Here's our media room. Because
Okay.
if you're gonna be living underground, you're gonna have to watch everything that's happening above ground and all the movies that have been documented.
You've been laid back about it, but there's subtle alien Area 51 teasing memorabilia throughout. What's the story there? Just to kind of...
Well, you do have safety and security below ground from anything that could be potentially above ground,
Well said.
including extraterrestrials.
Okay, fair enough. What's going on here?
This is just a media case, and there's some great documentation of the original homeowners here, Jerry and Mary Henderson. Original images of the home while it was built with its original furniture.
Still looks exactly the same.
Still looks exactly the same.
Now, who is Girard Henderson? An Avon executive who became one of the earliest backers of underground living in the United States. By the early 1960s, he was already funding experimental underground homes in Colorado and helped bring the concept to the 1964 World's Fair. But what made Henderson different is he wasn't preparing for a moment. He was building for a lifestyle. While most underground spaces were designed to be temporary, hidden, and utilitarian, Henderson pushed the idea even further, turning it into something permanent, fully realized, and meant to be lived in long term.
This, as you enter into Mary's bedroom, the couple had
wait.
separate dwelling areas.
So they had two bedrooms.
They had two bedrooms. So
Okay.
think of this as a dual primary suite home.
Got it. Pink tones.
Pink tones, again, look at the detail within the silk wallpaper. Untouched, unpeeled.
The motif and the detailing on that silk wallpaper is stunning.
I mean, the tassels and the pink embroidery.
The
that you see
furnishings, look
throughout.
at the intricacy here. The headboard design with these built-in mirrors.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. There's life and there's energy and there's love in this room.
So much.
I dig it. And a seamless flow to the outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, again, can total conceptualize outdoor-indoor living, which makes for a ranch-style home just underground.
Just underground.
So we'll
Okay.
walk into primary ensuite closet, tons of storage, great lighting.
Oh, it's spacious.
So imagine the rolling racks in here of the clothes. Imagine her wardrobe. Wow. If the house says much about Mary Henderson, imagine what her wardrobe would have said.
I know. I can only imagine the beautiful dresses,
Yeah.
the detailing. She must have had an extraordinary closet.
She was a hairstylist to the stars in Los Angeles.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It says a lot.
it says a lot.
And now this bathroom here, opulence.
Opulence. Look at that.
Not a cracked tile, not a tinted mirror. You've got
We're talking
all-
about jetted tubs in 70s.
Right. You know, marble accenting. You've got the details of crystal handles, marble flooring.
I hope the next buyer doesn't touch a thing. I
Me
think
too.
the beauty of this place is its originality, and it's a bold statement that lives in the heart of Vegas. Just happens to be 26 feet below surface.
You nailed it.
Wow. I love it. But also, just because you're below grade, it doesn't mean that not only you can have a very cool pink toilet, and it is a picture window right next to it. Hey,
Right.
you have the privacy to yourself, so you might as well enjoy it. These pillars, the walk-in shower, this is overwhelming.
Well, let's go see the gentleman's version of this room.
Okay.
We're gonna step outside in the backyard.
Don't tell me he had a detached bedroom. Okay.
Well, as a proper house, a ranch home would have a detached casita.
Oh, wow. Oh, what is this?
This is your backyard water fountain. Look at
Oh,
this
everything
tile.
is in such good shape.
It's such great shape.
Fascinating, but also subtle details like above the roof. There's mood lighting. It just lightens up the ceiling a little
And the
bit.
lighting transitions to nighttime, so your body can actually be on its natural rhythm when it's got daytime lighting versus nighttime lighting. Then
Because
can
you
get-
don't know whether it's day or night
you don't
here.
have the outside nature for your body to be navigated by that. It is created for you. We'll
Fair
walk
enough.
into Mr. Henderson's room here. This is spaces you can feel it's darker, it's moodier, it's more
A
masculine.
little bit more masculine.
Yeah.
But like kind of what you would expect from a ranch home.
Correct.
Poster bed,
Right.
oversized
Vaulted
big
ceilings,
solid furnishings.
Your cross beams all through, your neutral carpet.
Expensive furniture. Look at those side tables
Right.
with stone top and all the motifs.
Well, I got a
And
little
like
treat for you in
Woody,
here.
you close the curtains. It
Yeah.
will get dark in here. You'll get a good night's sleep.
As many men can appreciate, the built-in artwork in here.
Oh wow. Okay.
This is rumored to be a Playboy model that
Okay.
was one of the very first models to be painted. So there's no verification exactly of who she is. There's
Okay.
Speculation. But that's what ties into the mystery of all of this.
Well, it's a
too.
little bit of a Vegas, mystery. You needed it.
Again, just the same opulence you would experience in her space, but it's masculine features of a green and a gold, brass fixtures and lighting throughout.
Crazy, Holly. This is a new benchmark for us. I've never seen.
You're never going to be able to sail in another hotel the same.
I know. It's like
So when you have guests coming over and they've got a proper space,
they
of
got a
their
little
own,
moment for themselves.
They do. Beautiful guest room bathroom, again in all original, immaculate condition.
Jesus. Oh, if you strip the fixtures out of this home, you will have an eBay extravaganza.
Yes.
You will have bidding
But let's
wars.
hope no one does that.
Let's hope no one does that. But like this little mosaic
Right.
hand mirror. Just unique pieces like this.
This home really has been preserved for so long. Look at this beautiful,
Look
fully operating tiny kitchenette with the aluminum cover, your drain pan, your sink, your stove. It still works. Look
This
at
is
the
such
look at the
a-
metal ice fridge in here.
Yeah.
It
Such a
still
cool
makes
unit.
ice.
You're so right. Just one compact unit,
Right.
all in one.
And if you need some outdoor cooking and you want a barbecue, here is your
Oh, you
outdoor
gotta be
cooking
kidding
space.
me.
I am not kidding
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
And camouflage within this tree here is the ventilation so that the actual smoke off the barbecue is withheld in and pushed above ground.
Hence the little vents on the
Correct,
surface.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Feel that. I mean, there's no light weight to this.
First off, this is such a cool piece. Oh wow, it's very
it
heavy.
feels a little Fred Flintstone to you, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
very Flintstone. And second, I mean, can you give me a break on how creative these individuals were? Like in the 70s to say, I want a stone-cased barbecue with a vent that goes through a fall tree.
Very visionary, very innovative.
You gotta celebrate the artists and the innovators,
You do.
You gotta. And then this.
This beautiful pool. So we've got cold plunge next to it, a hot tub. So cold plunge is definitely, you had its resurgence and we see all the health benefits of it today. What does that say about 50 years ago?
Yeah, they know a thing or two.
They knew a thing or two.
Can I just walk there?
absolutely
I
welcome
want to
to
just
walk.
kind of get a feel. This is. I mean, also if you
And you have complete privacy from your neighbors.
I know. You could technically look. It's Vegas. You can walk around naked. You won't have any issues. This is your space. No cameras. Nothing here. But also, if you have grandkids, like if kids would lose their mind here, just like a private space of their own. Holly, I've never seen anything like this.
Is
But
this,
I think more than being below grade, the extravagance they went to design and how they had this opulent vision is almost more impressive to me than the fact that the structure itself is below grade. Like, kudos to them to say, screw it, we want this bold, we want to bring full boulders, we want to bring murals, we want to bring 4 trees to cover up the structural elements, we want an indoor pool, which is also, you told me, not chlorinated because there's no sunlight.
right?
So it's just fresh water getting circulated, that's it?
Again, we have another beautiful mural. We've got spaces that are New Zealand. We've got
I was gonna say, what are we looking
upper
at here?
state,
With a
northeast Europe.
driveway. Look at this.
This piece of art was commissioned in by one of Mr. Henderson's family members to replicate and find original photos. Again, tying in a really personal experience today in 2026 to the gentleman that had the home built and his family.
Okay.
And when it's time to boogie and throw on your disco shoes, we've got a wood parquet dance floor with the rotating disco ball.
I mean, we're in
And
Vegas.
are you
It's
gonna-
only right that we have a disco ball. Wow. Just imagine the parties they held.
Oh
here.
yeah.
What is that thing?
This is a cryo chamber.
Really? What is that door?
This leads you to, when you haven't had enough of the health experiences and benefits of it, you have a full operating sauna.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Arma, you gotta come in.
You've hot tub, you've cold plunge, you've cryo chambered, now you're going to sauna. I can also imagine the underground house being an incredible wellness experience, and that is all of the
sure.
trends for custom homes are these exquisite wellness experiences, but at home. Now, if this doesn't check off all the boxes for that,
I never thought I'd be in a sauna 26 feet below Las Vegas. I guess you never know where
a
life
mile
is
and a
gonna
half
bring
off
you.
the strip, in fact.
Literally. Welcome to Las Vegas. This is awesome. Okay. Holly, you keep surprising us. What else you got for us? What would be the best use case today that you see? Turning it into an event center, opening it up to public. What do you feel like would be the best way to honor the potential of this space?
My personal opinion, I'd love to see somebody make it a historic property. This is the last known house, certainly to this scale, and to give it allow it to have a historic designation and protect it, to me would be the highest honor to the property, and turn it into a museum so that people can come to Vegas and they can do something they've not done anywhere else before, completely autonomous to Las Vegas, and come tour this home.
I think that's well said.
People travel the world to come to Las Vegas and experience something that's a replication of something elsewhere, like the Eiffel Tower. This is the real experience in Las Vegas. It's not anywhere else.
This is the Vegas itself.
Correct. You think about the money that resides in the city and the tax benefits that protect the money in the city and the opulence of entertainers over the decades. And we've got some of the most wild homes here in Las Vegas because it is Las Vegas.
It inspired that
Yeah.
generation to be opulent and to express what their version of that opulence
Right.
is. And that's what we've seen in Vegas.
And we've seen it with the Liberace Museum. It's down by the airport. It's been converted to a museum. It's been historically protected. So I'd love to see those same attributes be permitted here.
Well
And there's
said.
so many other homes, in these fun, big old neighborhoods that have underground rolling rinks and underground bars. And why not? It's Vegas. We're just going to exit out here to this emergency exit escape.
Okay, let's do this. All right, there you go. That's the steel staircase.
There's your steel staircase. There is a light at the very top. Just watch your step as you're going up.
Okay. You're telling me there's light at the end of the tunnel?
There's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey, amen to that.
It was rumored. It's not been able to have been confirmed that there once may have lived a connecting tunnel under the street to one of the commercial office buildings across the way. Because we can't physically see it anymore, we can't verify it's still there or not.
Oh my God. Now the earth feels so different. I can barely open up my eyes.
You're trenching above the underground house,
This is it,
through
huh?
the desert, almost to the back of the Acre Lot.
This is crazy, Holly. And that's a faux tree.
This is one of the faux trees for ventilation.
You would have never
You see the
known.
turbine straight ahead. There's your ventilation from the barbecue.
These air conditioning units are all hidden throughout in between these boulders.
Correct.
That's what's feeding all that fresh air.
Correct, yeah.
So they quietly just live down there for years.
Very discreetly, very privately, very secured.
I mean, it's the ultimate privacy.
It really is. There's not many experiences like it,
Wow.
and you can own it.
You can own it for $6.5 million.
And
Again,
so here we're entering again through this tunnel is going to bring us down to the pool level, but this would have been or is another emergency escape space.
wow. This has been one of the most interesting properties we've ever toured. I cannot thank you enough.
My pleasure.
This was so fun. just didn't expect anything like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Holly's information and the listing information will be in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. And in the future, if you want us to tour more interesting, unique, quirky, one-of-a-kind properties like this, let us know. Send us a message, send us an email. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.